What do I think? What do you think? What about them? Well, they're on the field. Yeah, they were on the field for 9 innings. We let the visitors. 9 innings were on the field. But we played pitch and catch all day. I struck them all out. All 27. We pitched and catched all day. They were in the field doing nothing. They were screaming at us, give us the ball. We ended up losing the game because of you. You just wanted to give everybody the ball, so the guy ran all the way around and came home on your error. One on your head. Baseball talk terminology, putting things together, understanding that there's 9 innings each. In each, they get their innings in halves, making it 18 and 18, total of 36, where 9 batters go to the plate, but 2 of them are always catching and passing. They're always passing the ball, the catcher and the pitcher. Tomorrow pitches to today. Who's on first? What's on second? Why? I don't know. He's in the field. How we have the nut, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that go around the pin from this end to that end, and what is in between. If we put a nut here and a nut here, we can lock this nut inside this plate. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3. Why do we not have 2? Because it takes 2 to get here. So the 2 is the difference between. 1 and 1 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 and 1, and 3 times 1 is 3 and 4, DC. 4 by 3, 3 by 4, the 2 sides of the clock. Creating 19 by 19. 19 by 19, 12 and 7, equals 38. That is the church. 19 is the letter S, artificial intelligence. A and I, it says I have DC. 19 times 19 is 361. It's 361. To brought to the 7th gate, we run into number 26. We run into the dog queen. Reverse it as God, Venus into Saturn. 62, 26. The reality is 52 keys on the piano, 88 holding up the arches. 1 of a leap year. This will take me, in order to bring it to a perfect leap year, 19 times 19 is 361, but to meet the final moon in the next year, it's 362 of the cycle of the leap years. In the next one, it's 363 in the cycle of the next years. In the 4th one, it's 364 in the cycle of the leap years, in which the next year is a void. 39 years, which is a void, or 49 years, the gateway is the void. That's why we don't have that 400th year. We don't have the leap year, because 364 is 28 by 13 moons will equal to that 364 number. And then we skip over and we start again. At 365, there's another start over again, because 365 is the same thing as starting at 361. 361, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 is 361 again. 1 and 5, 5 and 1, 1 and 9, 8 E and I. E and I equaling 9 and 5 equals to 14. 14, the letter N. I equals A and I, artificial intelligence. E is the center where the 1 position plays on the dice right over here, and it shows up in the last number over here. We don't need number 6, because 6 is only the equation of the halfway of number 4, which is already the entity of number 5. 5 and 6, and 5 and 6. 2 ways to 5 and 6, right? One way this way, the other way this way. 2.25, 45, 67.5, 6, 7, and 8. 1.25 times 4 plus 1 for the reconnect on both sides. From here to here is 1.25 to 2.25 to 3.75 to 5. Now we connect all 5. It's all about reaching the center. The percentages that each level needs to reach the 7, because if it was a cone, you need 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, because there's something in the center. You always need that half, because something is already taken up complete space, and that's the center. The empty space. So we take all this, 19 by 19, I have to do it 3 times. 19 times 19 equals to 361. Now we have to do 91 times 91 equals to 8281. Venus time cycle 28. 1828 this way, 82, 81 this way, 163 laws of Moses. 46 east-west, 28 and 18 east-west. The letter is R, and the letter is A, B. H, H, R, the arch is 21. Above and below 9, down towards 7. 5 up towards 7, which created the 7, 7 world. 8 minus 1, 8 minus 1. Now, the only relationship I'm talking is I'm only talking numbers. So if I would show you how do I get from this number to this number, you would see on the plateau of definition what the reality is by finding the numbers. Now, this is real inside of ERA, ERA and Earth, time heaven. Who's on the mound, the pitcher, throwing it down to the catcher? There's an umpire. What does that mean, the umpire? Well, turn everything upside down because bats hang from upside down. So there must be the difference over here. In the 7th inning, we take a stretch. So if we're stretching our wings. So we need space between. 9 times 3 equals 27. But if the home team is winning, they don't play the 9th inning. They only run by 8 innings at 24 outs. The other team is 27 outs, equaling to 51, the number to Mars. Or if it was a total game and they lose to the sun. Why? Because 27 and 27 outs is 54. That's the number to the sun, to the foxhole. So if they lose the game, the home team, they're losing to the sun because that's the number. But if they win the game, they're winning from Mars because that's the number. If the game ends at the 7th inning stretch, there will be a total of 18 and 21 outs, equaling to 39 outs. 18 R and U, they're losing to the streets in the sky. Of the skies have no name. Why? Because there's 18 outs for one team and 21 outs for the other team. One is the cube in the 36 creation. 36 is the total. Adding up the second amount, which is 21. 36 becomes 57, the moon. 37 plus the low number of... Excuse me, I'm going to write them down. 36, 18, and 21, 57, 54, 39, 75. These are the numbers that work out with this. 39 is the sky. 93 is also the Saturn sky, in which 36 comes in creation. This is the difference of the temperature between Fahrenheit and Celsius. Celsius C, Fahrenheit F, 3 and 3, because there's always, when you have 2, then you've created the center between them, the distance. Otherwise, you're together. Either you are the circle of the totality or you are the separation. But in between, there is the difference. There's 2 of you and 1 of them between every one of 2 of you. 57 is the moon, 54 is the sun, 111. 110 plus the last story of the Twin Towers, you're now on the roof. These are the combinations. 39, and this one is 93, becomes Saturn, 93, 63 reverse. 57 becomes 96 rotation. 111, 111. The one difference between the two sides, electric company, 5775. 19 by 19 by 19 was 91 by 91, and then we're going to move 91 times 91 equals 8281. 8281 minus 361, which is 19 times 19, equals 792. Now, I can say a lot of things about it. It is creation. 7 by 9 is 63. 7 by 2 is 14. 9 by 2 is 18. And I really can't make up a story right now of the truth of the reality because I want to move this on. Anyways, I don't like that. 91 times 19 equals to 1729. Everything keeps coming up with 729, which is the gateway of the birth of the two worlds. Remember, right now we're at 1 and 8. Right now we're at 1 and 8, where there's a leveler coming in, which means the open spaces will all have cracks in it. Everybody can creep through the cracks right now. That's the angle we have to come on. When everything is this way, you can't creep through the cracks, right? The piping turns. You put one thing through the other, and then you bolt it on. Now, how do you get to each level? Which way is the movement? So I'm assuming that when you see 2 cracks open, 4 cracks are open, because two are the creation of the same thing. You see a crack, it's automatically 2 cracks. If it's a hole, it's not open at all because something is using it. Anyways, I don't explain that properly the way I want. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Yes, there was one more. There was 107. 107 and 44 is 151. 5 times 2, 5 plus 2, 2 times 2 equals to all these numbers, 2 and 5, which is Earth. Earth mind, Jesus Christ. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 is 5 and 6, 11. 5 and 6, 11, 1 and 2, either or either way. You're actually making 77 or 10, 10. 151 is 77, Christ, and 74, Jesus. 151, which is 47 by 43. Or 47 by 43? 47 by 43. No, it's 47 by 33, which is 1551. 1551, the next one is 2021, which is 470 away. That's the next connection. Let me do that for you. Let me show you what I just saw. This is what I just saw. I just saw 47 times 33 equal to 1551, which is when Jesus was born, 2209 years after Moses, who was 50 times 47, equaling to 3760. 3760 plus 2021 equals 5781. This is the end time. We are now in 2016. 5 times 4, the sun. 4 times 4, the area or the ring around the moon. The diameter around the finger. 5 by 4 is the center of the finger, the ring around the moon. 4 by 4, 5 by 4 equals 5 and 4 is 9. 54 is the sun. This number creates 5781, which is 43 by 47 equals 2021. 80 times 40. 80 times 47 equals 3760. 3760. 43 by 47 equals 2021. The total is 5781. 43 presidents right now of time, 80, 376. And this is how all these numbers through 19 come to meet this way. This is the cycle of the moon, 7 by 4, 28, 7 months of 31 days, 4 months of 30 days, and the understanding of the difference is 1. What else was there in here? 19, 19, 19. I don't like to do 19. I didn't like that equation anyways. But we're going to do the last one. 91 times 19 equals to 1729. Right? And then we're going to do 19 times 19. We're going to keep it low, equals 361. So the answer is above and below 2090. 29 is the birth, 2696, birth rotation. And at the same time, it's a 1368. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is what comes out of 1 and 3, the in-between. The mind, creation of 1 and 8. 1 and 8 is what goes around equaling to 9. 6 and 3, 9. 8 and 1, 9. 6 and 8, 14 equals 5 and 4 equals to the sun. So however you can redeem your own way, I mean, it's up for discussion, but it's my better understanding that this is how I've worked these numbers and this reality, and this is what was the workout when I multiplied numbers. 19 times 91 minus 19 times 19. The difference was 91 minus 19 equals to, the difference was 72 counts, or the difference was 71 counts in between. How many counts between 91 and 19? There are 72, but there are 71 in between, not touching the two ends of the tail. But the reality is there's 35 on each side, and then there's 1 in the center. Or the reality is there's 34 on each side, DC, and 2 in the center. And this will make up the number to Nibiru, to DC, an electric company, right over here. Why do I do this? Because 1 is not alone. 1 is between something else. So this is what's saying what's passing between something else is 3, which in reality will now put 5. Because it's got to be the electron. You got to have something, whatever it is, it's passing through in the middle, but it's got to be something to pass, and the energy to pass is passing along with it. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I put something up to hang more pictures, but thanks for watching this video.